Welcome to the Tuo Chiang-class multi-mission frigate. This ship is operated by the Republic of China, which is better and more commonly known as Taiwan. This is a Taiwan coastal defense fast attack craft that we're going to talk about today. They're going to make 12 of these total. They've made 7 so far. It has a unique catamaran design, allowing it to achieve very high speeds due to its powerful engines, water jet, and its lightweight. It operates a 76mm naval gun on the bow and a Phalanx 20mm close-in weapon system on the stern. Some of those are the Feng 2 anti-ship missile, Feng 3, which we'll talk about in detail, and the TC-2N surface-to-air missile. They can have a combination of those 3 types of missiles on board, and we'll go over how they set that up today. The Mark 32 triple torpedo launcher is on Hull 1 only, so we'll be talking about that torpedo and that system. Just know that only one of these, of the 12, actually has that. There is a helipad on the aft end, so helicopters can come and go, drop off supplies if necessary, or pick things up, but there's no hangar for it, so there's no place to safely store a helicopter at sea. And these went into service in 2015. Let's talk about the weapon systems first. Here we have the Malera 76mm naval gun on the bow. Amidships, centerline, pointing port and starboard at about 60-degree canted angles, are 4 quad deck launchers. These shoot the Feng 2, Feng 3 anti-ship missiles, and those are 2 different ones that we'll talk about, or the TC-2N surface-to-air missile. And behind that is the Phalanx. Here's a great picture of the deck launchers and their configuration. Here you can see how they're very containerized, they're modular, and depending on what module they put on is the system, the weapon that's going to be launched out of it. And you can see how physically different each one is. The Feng's anti-ship missiles are much larger than the TC-2N medium-range surface-to-air missile is, but they use the same mounts, and they're always going to be a quad pack. It could be a 4/4 like we see here, or it could be a 2/2 for the anti-ship missiles. Now let's talk about sensors. We have on the bow, above the bridge, a fire control radar called the Steer EO Mark II. Steer is a single target illuminating radar, but it also has electrical optical sensors to guide it. The SPS-1 search radar is on the mast above that, and at the very top is the SWR-6D electronic support measures, which is a sensor that simply listens for other radar information out there, so they know who's transmitting and who's not. Aft, we have the MPQ-90 multifunction radar, which is an ASA radar, and the Model 90 ALOFS towed array sensor can be dragged aft of this ship. So there is some sonar capability here. All right, Tuo Chiang's corvettes were commissioned in 2014 through 2024. They've built 7 so far. They're going to build a total of 12. All made at the same shipyard. So Tuo Chiang's corvettes, by the numbers, it has 4 marine diesel engines in a combined diesel and diesel configuration. So they could run one, they could run all 4, and they don't need to stop any operation to do that. They can bring these online as they want to. Those diesel engines power not just the ship, but 4 water jets that push this catamaran-style hull through the water at 43 knots. Its max endurance is 4,000 nautical miles, but only at 15 knots at that speed. She has that 76mm Super Rapido naval gun on the bow, the Mark 15 Phalanx 20mm close-in weapon system near the stern. Hull 1 only has 2 triple launchers for a total of 6 Mark 32 torpedo tubes, 3 port and 3 starboard for anti-submarine torpedo launches. The deck launchers are a mixture of Feng 2, Feng 3, and TC-2N surface-to-air missiles. On the sensor side of the house is the MPQ-90 multifunction ASA radar, the SPS surface search radar, and the SWR-6D ESM. The Steer EO Mark II fire control radar is used for directing things like the rapid firing gun. The Model 90 Aloft's towed sonar array is towed behind this vessel. The fixed launchers for infrared flares and chaff are on board as well, but we don't have any photos of that for you. Just know that there is some defensive capability for these ships. She does have mine laying capability, which is important. And of course, the helicopter can come and go, but there's no actual pad for it. They can use their unmanned aerial vehicles, which is basically an unmanned helicopter, to come, or a drone to come on board the ship. Here is the Marine diesel. It is a 20-cylinder diesel. They have 4 of these. They generate 4,300 kilowatts of power each. The MPQ-90 radar is in-house, created by NCSIST. This is the primary institute of technology that makes all weapons systems and the weapons for Taiwan. It's the primary one. This is a short to medium range 3D air defense radar. It uses an active electronically scanned array, or an ASA array. And the fact that they got an ASA array this small and light to put on a Corvette is a testament to how good Taiwan is at miniaturizing this technology. This is a very compact but powerful radar. The maximum detection range is 60 kilometers, and that is used for guiding the TC-2N air defense missiles onto target, and of course, detecting targets as well. Here's the Steer EO Mark II fire control radar by Thales Netherlands. It's a combined 3D fire control radar. It operates in multiple bands. 8 to 10 gigahertz is the I band. The K band is 20 to 40 gigahertz. This does have an IR camera on it, as well as the radar itself. It can spin 360 degrees, lock onto a target, and take that fire control information for the target and give it to the combat control system. It's been in service since 1992. Hitting those targets will be this gun here, the 76 millimeter naval gun on the bow. Fires, with the upgrade package, 100 rounds per minute. It fires many different rounds. There's standard high explosive rounds. There is a pre-fragmented round and a SAPOM extended range round. And with that extended range round, they can hit up to 20 kilometers away. But the HE round has a max range of about 16 kilometers. They have 80 rounds stored on board, and this gun IOC'd all the way back in 1963, but of course has received multiple updates over the decades, but is a very reliable gun on many, many ships. Speaking of reliability, the Phalanx close-in weapon system is an amazing, reliable Mark 61 Vulcan rotary cannon mounted on a radar with a electrical optical sensor now, that can shoot up to 4,500 rounds per minute, depending on the mode that it's in and what baseline they have installed. This CIWS, IOC'd all the way back in the 1980s, and it is on every American ship, and many of our allies use it as well. Here's the TC-2N surface-to-air missile, again, created by Shenzhen Institute of Science and Technology. This is a medium-range air defense missile based on the previous one, the TC-2. This has a max range of 40 kilometers. Remember that radar is 60 kilometers. This can go out to 40 of those 60 and hit a target. It is RF seeker and has data links for guidance, which means it can be updated in flight to change targets, among other things, if it wants to. It has a simple high explosive blast fragmentation warhead. It's designed to shoot down drones and planes, and uses a solid propeller booster to launch itself. This IOC'd in 2021. Here's the Feng 2 anti-ship missile, very similar to the Harpoon in capability and appearance as well. This is an anti-ship missile, subsonic, has a max range of 150 kilometers. It is sea skimming, GPS and INS guided. It does have a dual mode seeker head, which is RF and IF, that's infrared, to find its target during its terminal phase. And this IOC'd in 1993. The Feng 3 anti-ship missile is a different beast. This is a supersonic anti-ship missile that uses ramjet propulsion that pushes the missile in excess of 2 Mach near sea level. It has a 225 kilogram warhead, same as the Feng 2, and uses GPS and INS navigation on its way to target. At the end, it has an active RF seeker head to guide in and home in on its target. It is a significantly faster missile than the Feng 2. Here's the Mark 46 torpedo that's shot from Hull 1 using those triple launchers. They decided not to continue using this weapon, probably because of its age and the maintenance cost and the weight that it adds. There's many reasons that you may not want to have this launcher on board your corvettes. But Hull 1 does have these, and these weapons run at 40 knots for out to about 11 kilometers. They are both active and passively guided onto submarine targets. And this Mark 46 torpedo IOC'd all the way back in 1979. Now, an interesting twist in today's ship brief is that there is a subclass to this ship. It's called the Aping class OPV, or offshore patrol vessels. And these are operated by the ROC Coast Guard. So we'll talk about the Coast Guard version of this ship. It does not have the ASA radar and the fire control system that the parent class has. It does have a 20 millimeter twin barrel remote control weapon system. So it does have some lethality, some punch. It can also shoot 70 millimeter Hydra rockets. And on the bow, if you notice what appears to be a gun or a cannon there, that's actually a water gun for shooting water, seawater, onto a target that's on fire, like putting out a ship fire or whatever. That's the primary purpose of that. So this is a Coast Guard vessel that does have quite lethal systems on board, including the Feng 2 anti-ship missiles. So the Coast Guard vessel with anti-ship missiles on board and a couple different weapon systems. This is a great photo that our writer Tefan found, where you can see the water gun on the bow. Right behind that is that 70 millimeter rocket remote weapon system. They have the deck launchers amidships, just like the military version of this has, but these only shoot the Feng 2 subsonic harpoon-like anti-ship missiles. But putting a harpoon missile on a Coast Guard vessel is how you know you're talking about, East Asia, basically. The XTR-102 remote control weapon system is a pretty impressive ballistic system that we'll talk about next. Here is the Feng 2 being launched. Great photo found by our writer. Shooting this Coast Guard vessel shooting essentially an anti-ship missile. All right, so here's the XTR-102 remote control weapon system. It has two T-75 revolving cannons on it. 120 millimeter ammunition is shot through here at 3,000 rounds per minute. Each barrel is 1,500 rounds, but there's two barrels, so they call it 3,000. Effective range is about 3 kilometers ballistically, and it is electro-optical guided on the target. Here is the Zenhai remote weapon system, or rocket weapon system. This is a 70 millimeter rocket. It shoots 42 of them in 6 or 7 pods. Here we can see 6 pods. 7 is in each pod. Accepts all types of Hydra 70 rockets. So very similar rocket to what the American Apache and many other systems fire. All right. So this Corvette is a very heavily armed Corvette, in my opinion. Especially the Coast Guard version. They're putting the Feng 2 anti-ship missiles on Coast Guard vessels. The Navy version of this has the Feng 3 supersonic anti-ship missile. This thing has a lot of punch. This thing weighs, next to nothing. It's like 680 tons and has more firepower than other ships that are of the frigate class, for example. So they've packed a lot of punch into a very fast and small coastal defense package. It's very impressive. The ASA radar that is all built in Taiwan, designed by them, is quite small. It's very powerful, has good range, but is a very compact, lightweight system. And that is very impressive that they were able to come up with that. I would expect nothing less from the Taiwan technology sector. They're among the best in the world. And they have proven it here with this ASA radar that they put on this little Corvette. The Coast Guard class, also called the Anping class, is a backup of sorts to the military. So if there is a war and a lot of these ships are destroyed, the Coast Guard will, become involved in military operations. They would, for legal reasons, probably reclassify the Coast Guard vessel, a Navy vessel, and then go and use it in those capacities. So a very impressive piece of kit that Taiwan has come up with. This is all indigenous. They designed it. They've put the systems on it, all in Taiwan. So this is a great example of what they're able to do if they can scale this up, which is what they're trying to do with the next generation frigate that's coming out. Well, I expect to see a lot of very good systems on that ship as well. And we're working on getting that to you, by the way. So hopefully we'll have the new future frigate from Taiwan out shortly. But this has been the Tuo Chiang-class Corvette ship brief. Thanks for listening, everybody.